Welcome back to the Vulture Productions YouTube channel. Today, I'll be showing you how to make your very own stimpak. Alright, so you'll need an X-Acto blade, 3 different color pencils, red, yellow, green, a skinny Crayola marker. You'll mainly just need the cap and the end piece that's around here on it. And then you'll need a fat Crayola marker, an ink pen, a pair of pliers, a flathead screwdriver, a random piece of plastic circular, which was actually a part of a vacuum hose, like the hard end of it. So, you know, when you cut it, it actually looked like this. You'll need 3 Chicago screws. 2 of them are a 1/4 of an inch. The other is a 3/8 inch. You'll need super glue, some little wiring, 2 nuts, and a diagram, or just, you know, a hand-drawn picture of the readout inside of a stimpak. I also failed to mention that you'll need a piece of flat plastic. This is actually 3mm sintra. I just put 3 holes into it for the Chicago screws. In short term, this is your beginning product, and this is what it should look like towards, you know, the end. So the red piece in here is actually just the cap from the other marker, the skinny one, which I just painted red and then slid it down there and put a little bit of hot glue on the top. The 2 nuts actually go about right here and here. And again, they're hot glued in, so they're not going to move anywhere. The reason why is because one of the Chicago screws, as you can see, is going to stick out the tip here. So you'd want to take your flat piece and you're going to slide it on top just like this. The holes don't exactly have to be big, but you know, just to where it would snugly fit the Chicago screw inside of it. The bottom piece, or, you know, the needle improvised piece, is actually this part, which is the bottom plug of the marker, the skinny one. So, you know, you just essentially push it in just like so. And I super glued around the edge of it just to make sure it doesn't come out. The reason why the marker is predominantly white right now is because it was sanded down, so it actually holds silver paint a lot better, along with the end cap here. You know, so again, when you paint it, it actually has something to stick to. So here's the actual dial area of the stimpak. This, of course, is cut from the vacuum hose portion of it. The back piece, this white area here, that's actually just a random piece of plastic that I have laying around. So you'd want to take your stimpak diagram, and of course you'd want to put a hole in the bottom. That's for the Chicago screw to actually go through, and then the 2 holes on the side on either end are for the wires to connect to. So you'd want to sit this in there as evenly as possible. Just a little bit of frolicking around. You should have it just about right. Normally I'd super glue it in, but it just takes a little bit of time for it to dry, so I'm not going to worry about it in the video. Next, you'd want to line up your Chicago screw hole with this to where it would sit in there accordingly. And again, there's a male and a female side of a Chicago screw, so that's actually going to go right on the inside of the hole there, so it'll hold it in place. You actually have it screwed in, and it looks something like this. Now, your other 2 Chicago screws, your 1/4 inch ones, which are these, you'll want to unscrew them. You'll put the male in through the hole first, like so, and then you'll screw the female in on top of it, inverted. I hope you understand what I mean. You can see that both heads are actually facing down. The screw can enter either direction, from the top here or the bottom, like so. So it'll fit just fine either way you want to. Once you get both the Chicago screws in, they'll look something like this, or exactly like this, varying on how you do it. It's a little uneven, as you can see, but as far as I'm concerned, it'll do just fine. So your wiring, you'd want to actually super glue them in, but again, I'm not going to do that just because of the portion of time it takes to dry. So you'd want to put one end of the wire in the Chicago screw in a small hole you punched in the dial area right there, and the other end of the wire into that, and you would repeat the process. Just like so. So you're almost done. As far as being a completed product, all you actually have to do is finish painting it. My stimpak here was actually painted with a silver marker, like a Sharpie, but you can also use silver acrylic paint, silver spray paint, anything along those lines will fit, and it'll work just fine. The weathering portion of it, I actually used this. It's actually a leather dye mixed with 50% water. The reason why is because I hardly ever use a dye for anything. So as you can see, the dial is weathered on the inside. There's no actual glass portion, so you can still touch the paper, but after you super glue it in there, it should be pretty solidified and there shouldn't be any problems with it. Down here, these little portion marks, I guess you can call, were actually drawn in with a pen. They're a little faded just because of where the water and the leftover dye portion of the mix hit it and smeared it around. So again, that's really it. It's relatively simple, it's fun to do, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video.